Hello fellow sim racers, and welcome to the first video that I've made for Raceroom, something I've been meaning to do for quite some time. When I finally decided to pull the trigger on an R3E video, there was really only ever going to be one choice of racing series. So here we are at Mid-Ohio, a circuit with plenty of history with these IMSA cars. Today I'm driving the Mustang. It's easily the ugliest of the three, but it is a real peach to drive. See what we can do down into turn one. We've got a very slow moving Nissan on the inside as cones go flying. Even more cones go flying, which is pretty standard for this track. Brake nice and early for turn two. See if we can avoid all of the carnage. Try and get the car straightened out and on the power as early as possible. Monster V8 in this car. Loads of torque. Pulls you off the corner like nothing else. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the same top end as the Nissan, so you end up running out of legs towards the end of the straight. Rather left with nowhere to go at the moment as the Nissan and the Mustang fight it out. And try and hang out around the outside here, but it's a long way around. Mid-Ohio is a great track for lots of side-by-side racing in the infield. Sharp-eyed observers amongst you will have noticed that I'm not racing in VR today. So we still try and make this move stick on the Mustang. Unfortunately, I can't get the sort of picture quality I'd really like out of the VR. I have to use the Oculus mirror tool, which takes a one-to-one mirror of the Oculus screen, which is unfortunately less than 1080p resolution, so you end up with a pretty crummy looking picture, unfortunately. Even more cones go flying. Lumpy gear change. Nissan leaves the door wide open. Let's see if we can't sneak it up the inside. Point the car towards the curb on the outside and plant the throttle. Leave him nowhere to go. And we actually got a decent enough drive off the corner that we're in the slipstream of the Mustang now as well. Certainly not a bad couple of corners. So yeah, carry a little bit too much speed into there, but all's well that ends well. So I'm racing the AI at 110% today. 115 is just a little bit too much to get good close racing in a sort of short 5-lap race for these videos. It's great if you want to do a long race and gradually work your way through the field, but I'm not quick enough to make that kind of progress in a few laps. Again, see what we can do around the outside here, although our progress is very much blocked by a slow-moving Audi. Although we are close enough for an attempt down into turn one. Oh, understeer badly. Didn't really realise the Audi was quite as close in front. AI gracious enough to sort of get out of my way there, which is not something the Raceroom AI normally does, it has to be said. Raceroom AI is very feisty. I think feisty is an understatement as we get a bit of a pump there from the Nissan. Really enjoying driving these GTO cars in Raceroom at the moment. They feel absolutely right. And with the Raceroom AI, it just provides a real challenge. Particularly to commentate at the same time, it has to be said. This Mustang is a car that requires an awful lot of balancing of weight transfer. Particularly at a track like this where there are some weird cambered corners and lots of crests. If you are anywhere near not gentle enough while going over the many crests of this track, you end up you can just end up completely losing the rear end. Conversely, the big heavy torquey V8 that is so quick to send you into a spin if you're not careful is also very heavy. So when you're trying to get the front end to grip into a corner, you again have to do a lot of weight transfer management. So you'll see me trail braking deep into corners in this car as I slightly overdo it there, it has to be said. Generally in racing games I tend to find myself as quite a smooth driver. I try and minimize wheel input as much as possible, but this is a car that absolutely changes the way I drive it, and so we shift down a little bit early there and gearbox protests. Now you may notice that I put a lot more control input. That's about, my apologies. This is a really great car and track combination as well. These are tough cars to drive, and the technical nature of the infield here is just makes it a great challenge. Sure, the middle part of the track, well, the track in general doesn't present all too many overtaking opportunities as we perhaps get a bit ambitious with the throttle there. Coming into the last lap, see what we can do now. Understeer horribly, and the Nissan's going to come back against us there. I'll tell you what, the Assetto Corsa AI would not do that. The racing you get against the Raceroom AI is just fantastic. Now, if only Sector 3 could see their way to producing some prototypes for us to race against, that and sort out the multi-class stuff. As the Nissan comes back at us again, oh, get a bit of a bump draft going on. The Folgers Mustang is very slow on the inside there, and we're getting punted from the rear by the Nissan. This is great intense racing at the moment. So careful over the crest there. Try and stay as close to the Mustang as possible. We've got one possible chance right into the final complex of turns. So, taking too much speed, can't quite get the car stopped. And I'm afraid that's it for us. So there you go, a little bit of a scrappy race, but incredibly fun nonetheless. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, it would be really great if you could hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. If you've got any suggestions for content you'd like to see on the channel, then please let me know in the comments. As always, thank you for donating your precious time by watching. It is very much appreciated. So all that's left to say is thank you and goodbye, and enjoy the rest of your day.